Did you buy Rana's voice pack? Let me show you the best one from her voice pack. That's so loud. That scared me. Hello there, every pony. Hi, Logs in chat. Hello there, Latios. You piece of garbage. I hate you. Mr. Logs, can you roll your R's? Of course I can. Ooh, look at this. Isn't this so cute? This should be my background. Who's that? It's Rana. Okay, let's go to the Duel news. Hello there, guys. It's me, the Duel News Logs. We're gonna go over these new cards that came out, that were announced because we're a news channel. Are you guys ready for Duel News time? This is kind of small. I can't read this. Okay, so we have the Valminokon cards apparently, which is up first. What? I'm a tiny little spider? This is accurate size. I'm a little tiny little spider. I want to go to the actual like monsters first. I don't know why those aren't up first. Okay, here we go. We have Angelo Valminoka. Valminonica. So it is a pendulum. These cards are actually pretty good. I've already read them. It has the pendulum effect where while you have a fiend monster card in your other pendulum zone, each time you gain life points, place one resonance counter on this card. Once per turn, when an opponent's monster declares an attack, you can immediately after this effect resolves link summon one Valminokia monster. This card, that effect's not really anything. It's really the monster effect that makes it good. You can only use the 1 and 2 effects of this monster's card name per turn. If this card is in your hand, you can discard one other card, semicolon, place this card and one Demonion Valmonica from your deck into your pendulum zone. During the main phase, if this card is normal or special summon this turn, colon, banish one Valminokia normal spell traps from your graveyard. This effect becomes that card's life point gain effect when this card is activated. So, what's interesting about this, the Angela Valmonica, is that it's a link, it's a pendulum scale 3, and the other one is pendulum scale 5. Let's see, go into the next one. And it has the same effect, where basically, if it's in your hand, you can discard it and one other card in order to place itself and the other version of it from your deck directly into the pendulum zone, which means it inherently dodges Ash Blossom. That is amazing. It sets up perfect scales for level 4 decks, and both copies of the card equally set it up. So like, if you draw into either scale, you get the other one from your deck by just converting any other card in your hand into it. And since it sets them directly to the spell and trap card zone, they dodge Ash Blossom. Like, this is amazing. This is completely generic level, special summons of level 4s from your hand with no lock, inherently dodges Ash Blossom, and the other effects don't really matter, but you can use them in order to go into their really strong Link 1 monsters. So they can go into what? Crazy Box. This is good for Crazy Box. There are so many good cards in the game that are just completely unplayable because they can't special summon themselves from the hand. So if you just draw into one of these cards or like one of their searchers, I don't know if they have any searchers, then you get fully set up pendulum scales to bring out the other 3 level 4 monsters from your hand, which can let you draw other cards. You know, you can go into like Sacred Crane to draw a card. I can't think of anything else because like there are so many level 4 monsters that are just completely unusable because they can't special summon themselves from the hand. And this just gives you so much so much like gas for level 4 engines. Rare Metal Dragon? Yeah, like Rare Metal Dragon. This is so good. This is such a good engine for my Crazy Box decks, which is basically just trying to get a bunch of level 4 monsters. Honestly, I tried the Trap Trick version of the Crazy Box deck and it performed very well, as long as there's no Maxi in the format. Because Maxi really kills these decks. But even this gets under Maxi because it special summons once. You only get to draw 1 card. These cards are amazing. Hello, Mr. Buffoon. How are you doing? Shut up. Oh, thanks for the resub, El Centro. Anyways, those are those cards. What do the Link 1s do again? I don't actually remember. Link 1, Dark Fairy, cannot be Link summoned unless you have a fairy monster with 3 or more resonance counters in your pendulum zone. You can special summon this card once per turn. If this card is Link summoned, it's just any 1 effect monster? Damn. If this card is Link summoned, you can target monsters your opponent controls up to the number of resonance counters on cards in your pendulum zones and destroy them. What? That's amazing. You can move 3 resonance counters from cards in your pendulum zone. This card can make a 2nd and 3rd attack during each battle phase. 2,500 attack. She's upside down. Why is she upside down? This is pretty good. 1 effect monster that has resonance counters. Like, I know the condition, I just meant like the actual material itself is just an effect monster. Which means you don't have to have the Pendulum monsters out. You just have to have them in your zones where they accumulate those counters anyway. Angelic Demonic Selector Valmonica. Field spell. Wait, it's supposed to be like harmonica? Let's see, field spell, you only have to select once per turn. When this card resolves, add a Valmonica monster from your deck to your hand. A Searcher! You play this at 3, now you have 9 copies of a rank 4 of a scales for summoning force from your hand. The Duel Logs is now the text tone for my ex. Ah, you stupid. What? Are you guys talking about my wife? You guys all have a wife? If the third resonance counter is placed on a card in your Pendulum zone, you can target one monster your opponent controls, take control of it until the end of this turn, but it cannot declare an attack. Who cares? It searches. Let's read the other cards, I guess. One effect monster, blah, blah, blah. If this card would be destroyed by battle or card effect, remove 3 resonance counters from the cards in your Pendulum zones instead. Once per turn, quick effect, you can target one of your Valmonica normal spell traps in your graveyard or it is banished. This effect becomes that card's effect when that card is activated. Damn. That's pretty nice. Ooh, a normal trap. You can only activate one of these effects per turn. If you control a Valmonica monster, apply the following one of these effects, or if you control a Valmonica Link monster, apply both in sequence. Gain 500 life points, then destroy a spell trap, take 500 damage, then return one monster in the field to the hand. Oh my god, it's Trap Trick support. It's a negate. Oh my god, that means the Link 1 monster has a negate. What? Valmonica Verse. Normal spell, you can apply one of these effects. Apply one of these effects, your opponent's choice, if you do not have a Valmonica card in your Pendulum zone. Gain 500 life points. You can excavate cards top of your deck until you excavate a Valmonica card, and if you do, add to your hand. Also shuffle the rest back into the deck. Take 500 damage. Then you can send one Valmonica card from your deck to your graveyard, except Valmonica Verse. Valmonicon Entrance, apply one of these effects. Your opponent's choice if you don't control the monster. Gain 500 life points. Then your opponent chooses one monster in the graveyard that can be special summoned, if any, for you to special summon it. What? A free special summon? Take 500 damage, then you can add one level 4 monster from your graveyard to your hand. Wow, that's pretty good. Okay, we looked at all the Valmonica cards. I hope you guys understand how the economy works now. Solitary Strike of the Fire Kings. Normal trap you can apply. You can only use the 1 and 2 effect of this card's name once per turn. 1. Special summon 1 Fire Beast, 1 Fire Beast Warrior, and 1 Fire Beast Wing Beast monster, 1 each from your hand, deck, and graveyard, but their effects are negated. Also destroy them during the end phase. Holy shit, that's awesome. What the I mean, what the heck? I'm sorry, editor. You can banish this card from your graveyard. This turn, your opponent cannot activate cards or effects when your Fire King monster is normal or special summoned. That sucks. Wow, your opponent can't solemn judgment your card. It does require setup. However, the Fire King archetype is just full of those 3 types of cards anyway. So if you're playing your deck normally, you'll be able to resolve the effect. And it's basically a free summon from your deck, and also a bring back of one from the graveyard. The problem is probably getting one of those cards in your hand. Nice protection. The protection sucks ass. I mean, sucks, but are Fire Kings even good? No, but like with the new support, they might be. Look at this. Oh my god, it's a new Fire King Beast Warrior monster. Its name is Fire King Avatar Hanamura. No, Hanuman. You can only use the 1 and 2 effects of this card's name once per turn. If a face-up Fire King monster you control is destroyed by card effect, you can special summon this card from your hand. That's pretty standard. When a spell, trap, card, or effect is activated, quick effect, you can negate the activation, and if you do, destroy one other fire monster from your hand or face-up field. Wow, spell trap negate. That's pretty good. They do have one that also has like a monster negate. That one has a little bit more attack points though. I don't know why it's only like 1600 attack. It's a main deck negate that can special summon itself from the hand. It's like Sprite Elf. No, not Sprite Elf. Sprite Red or Sprite Carrot, which obviously is good because Sprite Red and Sprite Carrot are both good. However, Sprite Red and Sprite Carrot can be special summoned from the deck and search directly from the deck with Sprite Starter or Sprite Blue. I don't know if they can really get this one out just as easily or special summon it as easily because you do need to trigger it with something else. It's an Omni negate? No, it's a spell trap negate. Next up, we have Fire King Sacred Immolation, quick play spell. You can only use the 1 and 2 effect of this card's name once per turn. Only once that turn, target any same number of Fire King monsters you control and cards your opponent controls and destroy them. If a Fire King card you control would be destroyed by card effect, you can banish this card from your graveyard instead. Whoa. If you have another copy of this card, you can use the first effect to stop yours from getting destroyed, I guess. This isn't half bad because it's a quick effect, which means you can chain it in response to your opponent trying to destroy your card or like get rid of them like with a Zeus or like a Mirror Jade, so they can't destroy, banish them or get rid of them in other ways, and you make sure they get destroyed and you also destroy your opponent's cards. Yeah, Twin Twisters on steroids. However, the big problem with this card is it only targets monsters on the field. So it requires a setup board of monsters to use. which does hamper it kind of like considerably, but it is a quick play spell card, which isn't that big a deal. Plus it has a graveyard effect too. Next up, oh look, it's the Rescue Hamster. He's getting saved by Rescue Rabbit, Rescue Cat, Rescue Ferret, and Rescue Hamster. Oh, it's Hedgehog. Never mind. Rescue Hedgehog. Oh my god, he got converted into their cult. Glad I can turn to your stream for the first time with their content. Why, thank you, Yarlsies. Let's see. He has his tiny little feet. He's Rescue Hedgehog. He's a level 4 birth beast monster. You can only use this effect to this card's name once per turn. You can banish this card you control, special summon 1 normal monster and 1 effect monster from your deck that are level 3 or lower but the same type, attribute, and level. Also, the monsters special summon this effect have their effects negated and are destroyed during the end phase. This is really good. I think people were saying, oh my god, it's a Sun Avalon card. And I'm just like, probably, but like, you have to play a normal monster, which does prick you. And it only works on level 3s or lowers, which does significantly reduce its usefulness because if it was level 4, oh my goodness gracious. The amount of plays you could set up. But just remember, it summons 2 different named monsters. So all you have to do is just find one of them that's really good and then just find something that matches the other like stats you need for the other. Agent Earth and Shine Ball or Diviner. Oh my god, that's true. There's already an FTK using this agent card and the summon Shine Ball. Oh, yeah, the one that uses 1,000,000 bricks and garnets. Yeah, I saw that. I was just like, wow, that's a lot of garnets you have to play. It's just reversal quiz. Yeah. Anyways, this card is amazing. I love it. I just think about all of the gimmicks I can do with this because I love my gimmick decks. Anyways, that's it for the Duel news section. Let's go through, I forgot I had this in the background. Don't tell Ron I did this.